I'm shook. I can't. This is so bizarre. I'm having a revelation. Leave me alone. Good morning. It's Reading Rush Week. I'm kind of excited. I'm also kind of excited to go back to bed. Starting off bright and early with, I almost said booktubeathon, with the Reading Rush challenges. It feels weird to be dedicating a week to reading. I mean, it feels fantastic, but there are certain things that I have to do. So one of the challenges is to match an outfit to your reading. I think I'm going to try and do this every day. The book that I've decided to read today is Howl's Moving Castle. Now, this one I picked for the pick a book that inspired a movie you've already seen. I picked Howl's Moving Castle because I love the Studio Ghibli film, but I've never read it, so I'm so excited to read it. And I think I'm going to dress in a similar way to how she dresses in the film with her like long blue dress. I don't think I have something that exactly matches, but I'll kind of do something inspired by that, just from my wardrobe that I've already got. But another challenge is that I actually am still working this week. I work part-time from home at the moment, so I still have to be presentable for Zoom meetings in whatever I wear this week. So that's going to add an extra challenge to the dressing like the book. Okay, so is this going to become a get ready with me? Maybe it is. This is my first one doing one of these. I feel like a beauty YouTuber or a fashion YouTuber. I decided to copy Sophie's iconic blue dress from the Howl's Moving Castle film. I didn't have anything quite as high-necked or long as hers, but I got the blue colour right, I think. I matched it with a white petticoat underneath to kind of evoke the like lace that she has at her collar and underneath her dress. I matched it with these a black pair of vintage shoes, which I really like these shoes. I'm not sure they quite go with this outfit, but they were the closest thing I had to Sophie's boots. And finally I added the iconic hat. I had kind of a similar sun hat in a more kind of modern style, so I like to think of this as kind of a modern twist on Sophie's look. I'm a fan of this look. I think it's really cute, it's really summery, and it'll be fine to wear during my work Zoom meetings. My plan this afternoon is to firstly start my readathon off with a film. I'm going to watch Howl's Moving Castle again and just bask in the beauty of it and feel really nice and good. And then I'm going to start on the book and hopefully I can finish it today, because I have picked 7 books to read this week. If you don't know what I've picked for my TBR for the Reading Rush, I will link my TBR up above. But I've been very ambitious with it. I'm not sure I'm going to get through everything, but I'm going to try and do a book a day. The one that I'm pretty sure I'm not going to finish by the end of the week is The Secret Commonwealth, The Book of Dust, because it is a tome and I really don't think I'm going to be able to read that in a day. But I've explained my reasoning in my TBR, so go check that out if you haven't seen it already. It might be this corner. It might be this corner. Why do I never know which corner it is? Right now, I'm going to try to attempt to copy Sophie's hair and makeup look. So I think she has quite a just normal, natural makeup. So I think I'll do my normal makeup routine, basically. Maybe with a bit more pink cheeks. And finally, she has firstly brown and then grey hair that is tied in a braid at her side. Now, I'm not sure my hair is long enough to braid yet, but I'm gonna give it a go. Okay, so I tried. My hair is far too short to braid like Sophie does, unfortunately, because it looks so cute on her. I also didn't have any red ribbon that I could use to tie the end of my ponytail or anything. So I ended up using this vintage orangey headscarf that I had, which is the closest thing that I had to like a red ribbon. Hold on. I realised I didn't check where we keep all of our wrapping paper and stuff. Duh. I found a red ribbon, so I can use this to tie my hair even if I can't braid it because I'm useless. How did people in the olden days tie their hair with ribbons? Like, if I didn't have like an elasticated like hair tie, I would be screwed. So that's I think as close as I'm gonna get to Sophie's braid. It's not terrible.
Future Siobhan here with a voiceover just to explain why you are currently watching me making a cup of good old British tea. Well, you see, the reason is that it's another one of the Reading Rush challenges set by Ariel and Raylene. So, the challenge is just to make a cup of tea or coffee in a vlog, and so I decided just to make a regular cup of tea, like I would make every day. In case there are any Americans out there who are in doubt as to how to make British tea, this is how you do it. This is the definitive way. This is the only way. I'm kidding, of course. There are lots of people who will disagree with me. I'm about to do something very controversial with this tea making, which will no doubt get me put in British tea prison forever. See, I put the tea bag in before I put the milk in, and the tea bag's still in there, and then I take the tea bag out before I'm so sorry. I would like to really apologise. I did it out of habit. I do it sometimes just because it's quicker than putting the milk in after I take the tea bag out. I'm sorry.
I realised I didn't even explain what the Reading Rush is in this video, did I? I'm a professional vlogger now. God, I'm terrible. If you don't know what the Reading Rush is, Google it. It's a week-long readathon where you read 7 books in... Well, no, you don't have to read... Oh God, I'm awful. It's a week-long readathon where you basically read as much as you want. There's a bunch of challenges. If you want to find out more, check out my video where I pick the books that I'm going to read this week, which I will link in the corner and in the description. Thank you. Okay, so I finally finished my work for the day. It's about 12:30. I am done with all of the tasks I need to do today. And I'm ready to start with the Reading Rush. Although I'm not actually going to start by reading. I am going to start by watching Howl's Moving Castle. In other news, listen to the noise these shoes make. I feel really fancy, like walking around in high heels in my house. They're not even high heels, they're just heels. It's on Netflix. That film was just as beautiful as I remembered. It's so sweet, it's so romantic, it's so much about family and love, and it has so much heart. I love that film. Now I'm going to take a quick lunch break. It is about 2:30, I think, and then I will start reading the book. Am I going to get like Howl overload today? Maybe. But also, is there such thing? In other news, I just looked on Instagram, and the Instagram challenge for today is to recreate a book cover. This is going to be difficult. I'm not going to be able to recreate the Howl book cover because it's just text. So I'm going to have a little look at my bookshelves and have a think and see if there's a cover that I could recreate today. I love this. Like, I love the little fun challenges that come along with the Reading Rush. It's so cool. Okay, so I had a look through all of my books and this was really hard. I couldn't find anything that I felt like I could easily recreate today without like buying clothes or going places that I can't really go right now. So I finally found one that I'm going to try and recreate, and it's this Please Stop Touching Me and Other Haikus by Cats book. I think this cover's really cute. It's just half of a grumpy looking cat's face. I'm fairly sure it'll be pretty easy to get my cat to look grumpy, so that won't be the problem. It'll be getting him to do it on a plain background. Okay. Here's my challenge, is to get my cat to do this. Okay, kitty. Hello. Yeah. Do stuff. Oh. 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 What's that face? What's that stank face you just gave me? Oh. I feel like I may have got a couple of usable ones there. So it's 3:45 and I still haven't started actually reading. So I'm gonna get going on that now. I also had an idea watching the film. I obviously have my Sophie inspired outfit today, but I thought, oh, I could also do like a Howl inspired outfit. I've got the blonde hair that he has at the beginning, so I'm tempted to do that, but also I really should get cracking on reading. I've just been enjoying the challenges so much that I haven't actually started reading, which is like the point of the reading rush, right? What I might do is see if I can find the audiobook for Howl and maybe try and put together an outfit while I listen to the audiobook so I can kill a few birds with one stone this time.
Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. Read by Kristin Atherton. Chapter 1, in which Sophie talks to hats. In the land of Ingery, where such things as 7-league boots and cloaks of invisibility really exist, it is quite a misfortune to be born the eldest of 3.
I started listening to the audiobook. I'm on the first chapter and already I'm loving it. It's so cute. I love the writing style. I'm learning so much more about Sophie's family and her sisters and her mother. Well, I assumed it was her mother, but actually it's her stepmother. So that was interesting to hear more about the backstory of how that happens because it's not really explained in the film. So I'm really enjoying it so far. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this look. It's very fun, very dramatic, very Howl. But I'm probably going to change because it's very hot outside and it's a bit warm to be lounging around in a shirt today. So I might change back into my Sophie dress. Okay, I'm about 59 pages into Howl's Moving Castle. I'm really enjoying it. It's really, really similar to the film. The film must have been very loyal so far to this. They just cut out a couple of things and didn't include some details, but it's really loyal to the source material. And Howl, it just struck me. Howl's introduction is interesting because he props a guitar in the corner of the room. A guitar? Is he a rock star in this version? Like, why does he have a guitar? Is he David Bowie? That's basically how he's described in the book. He is a young fellow in a flamboyant blue and silver suit. He brushes his fair hair from his curious glass green eyes, and his long angular face was perplexed. Angular face, glass green eyes, blonde hair, flamboyant blue and silver suit. Am I going crazy or is she just describing David Bowie here? I mean, I'm all for that, to be honest. But this is mad. I love it. I am probably just over a third into Howl's Moving Castle. I'm loving it. The book is starting to diverge a little bit from the film. I think the film's done a really good job of like streamlining the plot into just like the more important plot defining moments, and there seem to be like more just day-to-day happenings and adventures in the characters' lives in the book, which I'm really happy about. I'm really enjoying. I realised I never explained what Howl's Moving Castle is about. I think I kind of just assumed in my brain that everyone knew, but obviously not everyone's gonna know. This book is about a girl called Sophie who lives in kind of a fantasy world that is sort of Victorian, I suppose. At least it is in the film. I'm not sure if it is in the book. But essentially, she works in a hat maker's shop and she hears a story about the wizard Howl, who allegedly steals girls' hearts and souls, and they disappear and are never seen from again. And he has a moving castle which mysteriously moves kind of over the hills next to the town that she grows up in. Due to a set of circumstances, she gets a curse put on her by the Wicked Witch of the Waste. And in order to fix that curse, she decides to travel to see her sister, who is an apprentice to a witch. And on the way, she runs into Howl's Moving Castle, and things go from there. I think that's kind of the most basic summary I can give you without giving away too much. The film is so beautiful. I might even insert some clips from it here because the animation is just stunning. The music is gorgeous. And the book is really fun and whimsical. The book is like distinctly more British than the film is as well. Obviously, the film is a Studio Ghibli animation, so it's got that the animation style and the storytelling style is in that kind of genre of Japanese animation, and it's so beautiful. This feels more like a whimsical British tale. There's like a Welsh connection as well. I'm Welsh, so I'm proud of it, so I'm bound to be talking about this. But Howl is a version of the name Howl, which is a Welsh name. And actually in the audiobook narrator gives Howl a Welsh accent, which is really interesting. And I think Diana Wynne Jones is quite a Welsh name as well. It was probably inspired by Welsh myths and things. But I'm really enjoying it so far. I would definitely say it's like middle grade, and a really, really well written middle grade, you know? Like, this is stunning. And it feels like a really easy read as well. Like, I'm really enjoying reading it. I'm flying through it pretty quickly. I'm not worried about finishing it today. I am going to finish it today. I just made myself some dinner. I just had some pasta and chicken. And now I'm just chilling here with my cat, reading my book. I should be able to finish this fairly quickly today. And then I will feel very accomplished on my first reading rush day. Will things go downhill from here? Probably. I do have another 6 days in order to read 6 books, and some of them are longer than others, so this is probably about an average length of the books that I've picked, and I'm sure some of the other ones are going to be more kind of complex to read as well, so. Okay, I'm on page 146. Why does Howl have a baggy jacket with the words Welsh Rugby on the back of it? What? Does he come from our universe or something? I'm very confused. Maybe because I'm picturing the aesthetics of the film, I've been picturing this as like a Victorian universe, but Welsh Rugby is a thing. Was Welsh Rugby a thing in the Victorian times? I guess it must have been. This is just weird. Guys. They've just gone somewhere. They've just gone into Howl's like secret world, which in the film is the darkness of the war and stuff, right? In this, it's the present in Wales. Like, in this world, there's voices coming from a magic coloured pictures moving box. It's a TV. There's a TV in this world. And it's in Wales, and Howl's real name is Howl. Not Howell, but Howl, which is a anglicised version of Howell. And he's got a niece called Mary, which is a Welsh name. They're in modern day. Wait, what? Why is this such an unexpected turn for me? I knew this was kind of inspired by Wales and Welsh stories and things, but this is so much more Welsh than the film is. And this is really different. Really, really different. I'm kind of shocked. They're speaking Welsh. He called her Cariad, and they're speaking Welsh. And there's a fire alarm going on outside now. I'm having a revelation. Leave me alone. Wow, this was a good book to pick because it's been so faithful so far. And now it randomly is completely different from the film. I'm going to have to record more when this car alarm stops, but I'm shook. Okay, I'm sorry if that car alarm is annoying, but Celeste's song that he was singing is Sosban Fach, which is a famous Welsh folk song that is often sung at rugby matches and things. I can't. This is so bizarre. It's confirmed. This is the Welsh Valleys. I just hit myself in the face with the book in excitement. There's a bit of this set in the Welsh Valleys. This is taking such a different turn. I think this is going to be very different in the end, maybe, potentially. I'm intrigued. And now my cat is coming to join me. Hello, you gonna come help me read? Who's a good boy? So, those of you who are watching this who may have read this already and may have seen the film were probably waiting for me to realise that. Well, that was interesting. So, Howl is actually Howl Jenkins. That thoroughly demystifies that character. From the Welsh Valleys. I do not know how I feel about that. I really don't know where this is going now. So the next chapter is her going to see the king, which is in the film. But I wonder how this is going to be different because it feels like the pieces are very different in this. I don't know if this is going to be a love story between Sophie and Howl. I mean, it is in the film, but I don't think this is going that way. And that's really interesting. So, time has passed so quickly. I am on page 213 of Howl's Moving Castle, and it is 10 p.m, so I've still got around 90 or 80 pages left. I think what I might do, in order to give my brain a little bit of a rest, I might listen to the audiobook and try and listen to it on double speed. I think that'll be just a little bit more relaxing. I don't know. I'm really loving this book so far. It is a bit more like episodic, and by that I mean there are more little events that happen in the book than in the film, which is just like one long story that kind of hurtles along. It's so interesting to see the bits of the book that they paid homage to in the film, but that are from totally different places. Like in the book, he dyes his hair black for a funeral. I won't say whose. Whereas in the film, they've added the black hair into the part where he accidentally dyes his hair incorrectly, which is part of the book as well. I feel like the film Howl is more likable than book Howl. Book Howl is whiny as hell. Not that he isn't in the film, but in the film he kind of gets over it a bit, and he doesn't do this thing of like seducing all these women and like abandoning them in the film. So I don't know how I feel about that. So it's the next day. I may have fallen asleep listening to the last half hour of the Howl audiobook. Oh no.